one of the things in game one that the Blue Jays had to deal with was they were putting Matt Shoemaker on an innings limit or a pitch limit or whatever you want to call it. And then they brought in Robbie Ray, and that got a lot of criticism. Now, what are your thoughts on putting out your horse in game one, or do you think that they handled that appropriately for the situation that it was?
You know what? It depends on how strong you feel about your number one. Look, they didn't have a good number two, didn't have a good number three. Most teams don't. So you figure we got to get a W the night that Ryu pitches. They didn't, but you have to count that as a win. And if you know in your heart of hearts that you can't beat Blake Snell, even if you do put Ryu on the mound, you don't start in game one. Plain and simple. It ends up just going down as a really great pitching match that you were going to lose anyways. I don't have a problem with what they did. I don't know if I have Shoemaker on a limit, not in the postseason, because you know what? Limit the guy all you want. If you don't move on, you got the rest of the season to rest. I'm not a big fan of all these newfangled like pitch metrics and pitch counts and all this other garbage. You know, starting pitchers are thoroughbreds. They're starters for a reason. Bullpen guys are failed starters. They weren't good enough to be starting pitchers, even in an era long ago. It still comes down to an ability to get around a lineup three times. That's what the benchmark should be for a starting pitcher, and he shouldn't require 100 pitches to do it. Plain and simple.
That's a great point. It takes me 100 pitches to get out of an inning, Greg, when I pitched in my senior league. So I totally know what you mean.
Well, these guys aren't even being conditioned to think. They throw 5 innings or 80 pitches, and they're looking over their shoulder going, "Get me out of here, coach. I'm on the hook for a win. I got a chance. Get me out of here. Get these disposable bullshit in here."
It's not the same era as when you started your career, and I think you could probably agree with me on that.